Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Here we have some data we imported. You can see it's kind of, well, it's a mess. And the question is, well, how do we fix this? We can fix it using the text to columns feature. The text to columns will basically separate this data. How do we get there? We go to data, data tools, and text to columns. This is kind of tricky here. We have multiple challenges, and that is we have the forward slash. We want consistency. These are just different job functions. And so we have installer, lather, finisher, marble, and masons. With text to function, let me just show you what it does. Let's just grab this data. Go to data, data tools, text to columns. So data, data tools, text to columns, right here. You can install a text to columns icon up in the quick toolbar, this crazy little box right here. Here's what the text to column first page looks like. We have a delimited and fixed width. Delimited characters such as commas or tabs separate each field. That means we have commas. And then we have fixed width. Fixed width are aligned in columns with spaces between each field. That doesn't apply here. What we're looking at is characters such as commas. What we want to do is we want to split these into separate columns. Because we want some consistency here, what we'd like to do, go to next, go to delimited, and then we'd hit comma. And this will give you sort of a preview of what will happen. You see this drywall? See our drywall finisher and then marble. You see where marble split is in a new column. Then we have finisher stuck to marble. And then we have iron worker. Where every comma is, it breaks up. And so now we have iron worker in a new column, and carpenter and cement mason. That's a good start. How about we make it easier? Why don't we just close this? We don't want to hit finish. We don't want to hit next. We don't want to hit back. We can just close it without any penalty. Why don't we replace the forward slashes with a comma? You just go find and select, replace forward slash and comma. And take a quick look here and say, well, if I have forward slashes and I replace those with commas, am I going to screw anything else up? From the looks of it, no. Replace all. So we replaced all of the forward slashes with commas. Here's one issue that may be troublesome. We have driver on and off hauling. The question is, if we sort this on and off is going to go into a different column. When you import data, you have to just figure it out on the fly. What we can do is keep this in order. Let's sort it. The best way to do that is go 1, 2, 3, and then now we have identifiable rows. And let's sort them. Sort A to Z. You can't sort A to Z because we're already in ascending order. We have to hit sort because we have to sort by column C. And you ask yourself, well, what do the numbers represent? Well, watch. Hit OK. We have driver and so on and so forth. You can see it's a little out of skew here. What we're trying to do is break this stuff up into separate categories. Landscape is a little bit off target here. In other words, we want landscape to be within this sort. We can do one of two things. We can try to do this. Go data, sort. Under sort by, you see how it says the number in 16? It says 16 here. Well, that's column B. Driver is column C. Just turn off the headers by data headers. And then we have column C and column D. I want to sort by column C, A to Z, and it does nothing. What you might have to do is just add a row. Hit Control Shift plus, and then just copy paste. And make sure you keep this number 5 with it. Control X, Control V. This is the typical setup you do if you've imported data and you need to clean it up. So now we want to highlight this area that we want to sort. We're trying, again, remember, we're trying to sort the different job titles. Right here, 16 is going to be a mess. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because we have this on-off hauling, what you might want to do is put a space there and get rid of that comma. And just remember that you need to put that comma back in there. Highlight this area. You want to highlight only the area that we need to sort, not the 16, 17, 18. We just want driver, drywall, landscape. Why are we not grabbing the other stuff? Well, because they're already separate. They're individual job titles. So here, just go to data, text to columns, delimited, next, and then we want comma. Why? Because we want to break up by comma and hit finish. And here we have each of those jobs in separate columns. That's how to use text to columns. If you want to sort this, you have to go back to 16, put that comma back in there. If you want to sort this, grab the entire range of data. Go to sort, you want column B, and then sort by smallest to largest. And now we have our data. Each job title is in separate columns. And then what you do with it is up to you, whether you want to try to merge these all in together or if you want to delete. Now, let me point out one very important thing about this text to column. I have it up here, quick toolbar, and it's text to columns. Click text to columns, and it says no data was selected. You can just pick any data series, convert. We're in delimited. What you need to do, if you plan on working in any other spreadsheets throughout the day, you need to go into the next, and then you have to shut this off. There's no on or off switch for this thing. If you try to add any data that has commas, this text to column will carry over to any other open worksheet. So be sure to turn that off. And that is, if you add tabs or semicolons, be sure to turn this off. You don't have to do anything else. Just hit the X bar and you're good to go. Brad Williams, Excel Prime, Williams out.